Hello my beautiful people, thank you so much for joining here today. Today I wanted to talk with you about what to do when you are completely lost. When you have tried so many things, so many techniques, whether it comes to manifesting or just pursuing some goal of yours, and suddenly you find yourself in a place where, what is it? What is going on? Where am I? No matter where I move, it doesn't seem like a good move. I'm not seeming to be going anywhere, and I wanted to share with you two techniques that come from bushcrafting and animal tracking that will help you to find your way with clarity, and not only your way but also yourself, because when we are lost, it just means that we have lost a little bit of our vision, a little bit of connection to our heart and soul. So we are going to be diving into this, and before we start, I want you to know that you can work with me. You can book one-on-one sessions with me, as well as enroll into the 29-day glow up, where we go in depth into what is holding you back, you specifically, from being one with the life of your dreams. We go into deep coaching, deep spirituality, as well as techniques that are backed in neuroscience. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. And all of my clients say the same thing. This is completely different than anything about manifestation or self-empowerment that I have ever taken before. So if you feel called to, just go into the description box. All of the links are there. And other than that, we are going to be diving right in. So you are lost. You have been pursuing your goal or trying to manifest, whether it be it a person, money, or just a specific way of living, anything. You are just right now, you don't know what is happening. You don't know what is going on. And your instinct may be telling you to push forward, go anywhere, do anything but sit still. Yes, we have been conditioned through our history and as well through our recent society that sitting still and not doing anything is very counterproductive. And when you don't see the results that you want to be seeing, you should be doing something, yes, to show yourself that you are productive, and that this is the way to achieve any results and to bust through any sort of block or stagnation. And well, we have to give the credit. It can be working. If you are very persistent and pursuing and pushing and forcing, well, just look around at our world. But you don't want to do this. You don't want to push and just fight with everything and struggle your way through. Yes, you want everything to flow. You want to be one with your dream life, with your dream desire, and you want to feel this meaning and purpose. So what's going on? Why am I stopped in this place of stagnation and molasses, and I am just lost in the woods? Here are the two techniques from bushcrafting and animal tracking that can be extremely helpful for you. I have been doing this as well before learning that it is actually, this technique is exactly parallel in the bushcrafting and animal tracking. Before we go into the technique, I also want to remind you to never please judge yourself and to have great compassion and grace for yourself, because this journey of life is never linear. We always go through ups and downs and meanders. So you always do the best with what you have, and you can do the best when you have this great love and compassion for yourself. So always do that, always have that. So technique number one, when you suddenly realize that you are lost in the woods and in life, in whatever pursuits you are doing, whether you have been pursuing your goal for many months and years or just several days, when you realize that you are lost, the first thing that you want to do is to accept that you are lost. Not pretend that you are going to figure it out tomorrow or that you maybe see some solution somewhere there. No, first step is radical honesty, because to actually work with something effectively, yes, you need to work with what you have and not what you don't have. And I've been speaking about this before. I'm going to link to that video as well. Why do you need to work with what you have, and why this is the way to move forward? So the first thing is accept where you are. Accept that you are lost. If you are really not sensing any next steps, then admit it. I am not sensing any next steps. I am lost. And sit down, take a breath, and just as Uncle Iroh told Zuko, relax, Prince Zuko, we don't need to chase the avatar today. We can drink some tea. Of course, to the frustration of Zuko, this is very essential, because if you are lost, if you don't sense, yes, if you don't feel the connection to this thread, to this deeper undercurrent of your life anymore, then there is a misconnection problem. You are disconnected from your essence, from your deeper intelligence. And when this happens, when you continually haven't been seeing your way or the results of manifestations or anything of that sort, also your human mind, your beautiful, brilliant, this personal mind of yours also has been stressed because you have been employing it to find some solution, but nothing has been working. So now it's like a negative feedback loop where you are getting continually stressed and stressed. So we need you to get calmed down in the stillness, just as the storm, the hurricane, and the eye of the storm, where everything around you is just, what is it? You need to find this eye of the storm inside you. So the first thing, acknowledge that you are lost. Admit it. I am lost. I don't know what I am doing. I don't know what is happening. I don't see what forces are in motion. What is the grander scheme of all of this? I'm lost. And it's perfect. And it's beautiful. It's perfectly fine. We all get lost at times. And then the next step number 2 in this, when you are lost in the woods, and you are also going to learn this technique if you are ever hiking and lost in the woods. Now you will know what to do to find your way back to the trail. So what you want to do is to mark somehow your camp. You take your gear with you, leave nothing behind, and somehow mark the camp, whether by arranging the stones or sticks in some way that will give you a real, obvious, tangible sign that, yeah, this is where I acknowledge that I am lost. And from there, you gradually branch out in just an hour walk or something like this, and you mark your way. So you take a walk, let's say for 1 hour or 10 minutes in one direction, marking where you are going with arranging the sticks in some sort of way. And after this 10 minutes or 1 hour, you stop, you sense. Can you sense the trail now? Is the trail closer or am I still lost? And if you are not feeling certain, you go back by the trail that you have just marked to the same place, the base place where you realize that you are lost. And you repeat this procedure, branching out in as many directions as needed. And you may find your way back to the trail anywhere between 10 minutes, 1 hour, it may be even a day. But in this way, you don't, let's say, further your being lost. Yes, you are now taking a strategic approach where your mind calms down enough for you to find your way back. And now, how we can apply this to when you're lost in life? So you take a deep breath and you need to calm down, because when your mind is stressed and clutching and just going crazy, what is going on? This is also when you won't be hearing your intuitive guidance, because the more your mind is chatty and stressed and very busy with projecting your fears and maybe some negative projections about past, present and future, and elaborating on some things that are maybe not even true. Yes, in most cases they are not true. The aperture for hearing and receiving your guidance is simply closed and not there. So we need to relax, expand, calm down first, and then you can go back to something that maybe you have tried before. You start taking tangible steps in another way that you have been doing up until now. So for example, and this is, by the way, super common, I hear this from my clients all the time, that they have been just lost in the manifestation technique land. Everyone is saying out there contradictory information and they just don't know what to do, what to think anymore. This is especially very important that you take a break here. So if, for example, manifestation, yes, you really want to manifest something, partner, money, job, anything, you really take a break, relax, and do something you haven't done before. Like really commit yourself to doing something else that you haven't maybe practiced before. And you can make even a deal with your mind that, okay, mind, we can come back always to the old status quo that we have had here. Yes, because also paradoxically, your mind really loves when things are the same and are not changing. When things are the same and you don't have to think up new things, it means to your mind, to the primal part of your mind, that you are safe, you are not struggling for survival, and I want to keep the status quo here, where you are maybe bummed out and feeling like, but at least you're safe and you're not dying. So the mind always wants to keep you where you are comfortable. That's why comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows here. But back to what you can do. You can branch out to something that you haven't done before, and you can not even try, because you do not, there's no try. you can do something that you haven't done before. Like, give yourself to this entirely and see what happens, see what you feel. And this is very important, where I always recommend the journaling. Commit nothing to memory. When you write your insights, you have tangible also proof for seeing that, yeah, I have been through this dark night of the soul, but I have had these realizations and I have processed this, and now your insights will compound on each other and you will have even more clarity as time goes. So you always want to document your journey for yourself and maybe for posterity, who knows. So you try this new thing for some time, really devote yourself to this, take feedback, write down your feedback, what is changing, what is not changing, and if it's working, yes, if suddenly you realize that, oh my God, this is it, yeah, I took a break from my situation from here, I ventured a little bit apart from this, and I tried something completely new, and I can see the light again. Then do continue on this. Take the best from your current situation, apply this new approach, and you are good to go on your merry way. It may happen also that you try this thing and nothing changes. Yes, you have really committed yourself to this. Let's say you have been doing visualizations, but now you're doing robotic affirmations. You're just giving it a try. You have never done this, but what the heck? Nothing is working. So I might as well go all in on this, and it's still not working. It's okay. It's just a feedback. It's not the end of the world. It's just feedback. So you go back to your base camp state, and again, take a deep breath in and get yourself into such a state where you want nothing from the world and nothing from yourself. This is very important, where you are just completely okay for the time being. And if you can extend this state forever, then you have mastered manifestation, because this is all that it's about. But we are gradually working our way. So you can train being in the state, even just 60 seconds, and it will be extremely beneficial. Anyway, get yourself into this still state where you think about nothing, project nothing, strategize nothing, plan for nothing, worry about nothing, where you just are and allow your thoughts pass as the cloud on the horizon. And again, ask yourself a question. Okay, I am lost. What else can I try? And go this way. Go another way, yes? Let's say another approach. Maybe you are doing something for your work or for your business, and you suddenly get a flash of thought of, okay, this is this new strategy that I heard maybe, I don't know, a week ago, and suddenly I'm feeling inspired, yeah? When I gave myself a thought, a space to decompress and be with myself and allow this higher intelligence, which is always with you. You are just not hearing it. You actually give me some advice and I follow it. Maybe this will work. And again, you try this new thing, and I guarantee also that as you are doing it, you are also gathering very precious feedback, and by definition, something starts unlocking for you. And this technique is so great because of two things. Because, first thing, you are marking your camp, so to speak, and going somewhere else, which means you are gaining distance from your situation. Yes, because usually when we are on the battlefield, in the trenches of our situation, it's like we are not seeing the forest for the trees. Yes, you are just so completely submerged in this that you have lost the big picture. So when you are really like going outside of your situation and maybe even then coming back, yes, because, well, this thing that you tried, that you did, it didn't bring any results, so let me go back. And then you approach your camp, your situation, from a new angle, and you see something different. So just the fact that you are separating yourself from the problem is amazing, because as Albert Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem with the same mindset, awareness that created it. So I hope this was useful. And now method number 2. And I always ramble for so long, but I hope this is beneficial for you. You may let me know in the comments. Thank you. The second method of finding your way when you are lost comes from animal tracking and forest keeping. I am, by the way, a huge fan and supporter of sustainable Earth, and as humans doing anything that we can to help the Earth and to preserve the biological diversity of our beautiful planet Earth. Method number 2. In animal tracking, these genius people that have trained their eye to recognize the minute details of how the forest floor and everything is changed according to what animal has passed. How freaking amazing this is. When they are following the trails on the ground, sometimes the tracks are very easy to follow. Yes, you can see the direction, you can see what animal that was, and so on. But then you extrapolate the direction that you thought was the direction where the animal was going. So you go there, but suddenly you realize that the trail has gone cold, that there is nothing here. So again, you really honestly recognize and accept the situation. For us it is, I am lost. I have lost my trail. And the animal trackers then don't just go, randomly in any direction, because that would only further the trail being lost and just completely lost. So what you do when you realize that your trail has gone cold, you go back to the last warm trail and then branch out to another direction. You see how this is similar to when you are finding your way in the woods. This is so cool. So yes, you go back to the last warm trail. Yes, when you can really say 100%, this is where the animal has stepped, and then you go into another direction to use your skills the best way to sense the environment, see the trails, observe the environment, what has changed, and again, you are following from this last warm trail to another direction. And you do this as many times as necessary. But again, what is here? How we can use this in our, I'm lost in my life. Yes, I'm lost in my manifestation. I'm lost in my goals. I may be even lost. You may be even lost in your purpose and meaning in life. Like you suddenly find yourself, nothing is working for me anymore. Things that used to bring me joy, they don't bring me joy, and I don't even know where I am, what has happened. And it's completely okay. It's completely fine and normal, and it's beautiful wherever you are. The most important thing is, again, take a deep breath in. And if you are watching this and if you are lost in life, then I really want you to sit down, stop, stand still, and take this deep breath in with me right now. Hold it and release. How did it feel? You can repeat these deep breaths as many times as needed. It is deep breathing, deep diaphragm breathing is so vastly underrated. Your brain is literally short-circuiting when you don't give it enough oxygen. So this is a little neuroscientific biohacking hack, not a hack. Whenever you need to refresh your mind, just go outside, take deep breaths. You're Gucci. Back to finding your way. If we take this to our life situation where we are lost, again, you stand still, you don't run in any direction trying whatever. Yes, you are a brilliant human being and you have years, decades of experience and growing yourself and amassing skills and honing your skills. You have beautiful hobbies, you have beautiful interests. When you take a look at yourself, where am I? You may be lost, but look back at what you have achieved. You are a wonderful human being and you have skills. You have beautiful human intelligence and smarts and a sense of observation and perceiving thing. And when you give yourself this gift of moments of stillness, these senses will be enhanced and will allow you to see more of what you are not seeing here. Because again, as we mentioned in the first bushcrafting, I'm lost in the woods situation, when you are in panic, the aperture, yes, your creativity and even your IQ is impaired because of the stress hormones and your mind being so single focused on fighting the enemy. Yes, it may be even fighting the invisible enemies in your head. So you sit down, relax, accept that you are lost, and now you can think back. It will be very good to have a journal with this, to keep your mind focused so that it doesn't wander seeking problems and fixing them again. We are not yet fixing the problem, we are just assessing the situation. Yes, we are stretching our antennas, you are stretching your antennas to listen, to not problem solve and change anything, but first you need to gather, yes, some feedback, because there is feedback, there's always a way, but you are just not seeing it. You have lost your trail because you haven't been seeing these signs that are there, I guarantee. So calm yourself down, take your journal, your paper, whatever is good, even phone notes. Notes are great if this is what you have, and start tracking back in time, in calendar time. So when I'm filming this, we have October, and let's say you can look back at your entire October, what you have been doing throughout October, and look at your weeks, at your days. It's very beneficial to actually have a journal, because then you can literally see your accounts of what you have been doing, and it's just for you. But if you don't have a daily journal, then it's completely fine. You can even look at the photos that you have taken on your phone, maybe the social media posts, maybe what you have said to your friends on communicators, and see, yes, really as a very curious scientist, look at what you have been doing then and try to remember what you felt back then. And as you track back, you are looking for the signs where your certainty and your joy and your sense of knowing that you are doing got lost. You take a track back to the moment in the past where you felt more connected. Yes, because when you are connected to your heart, to your purpose, it's when the next steps are just being fed for you and you're just going. Yes, you are excitedly fed this creativity and next projects, next ideas and everything. So you are looking for that felt sense in time that you had, where you felt that it's easier, it's just better, like life is going for me and I'm feeling great. And you can take this tracking back in time as much as 1 month before. Yes, you can find something from 1 month before where you see that I think maybe my discipline went a little bit awry at this moment in time. So maybe if I get back to, let's say, some better sleep schedule, better eating and so on, maybe this will help me. And you can write down this insight that you have. Yes, actively listen to what insights you receive. Not that your mind thinking about, oh, I should do this because someone told. No, we are looking again. We are giving the space for this deeper current insights to arise in you. And you might feel inspired to go back even more in time. Yes, if you feel that there is more gold to mine. For example, when I did this once, I felt inspired to go 4 years back in time. This is where I found the, let's say, last golden spring of life, very pure inspiration point that I seemed to have gradually lost over time. So I had to connect with that moment 4 years ago in time to reconnect with that pure purpose and direction that I felt back then. And it's completely fine. In this exercise, there's absolutely no place for self-judgment. You leave it at the door, and it's okay if you forget to take it back. It's okay. My people will dispose of it for you with love. Anywhere, anytime that you are judging yourself, judging maybe how other people did something to you, yes, you are separating yourself from this infinite guidance, infinite intelligence that is always in you. And it never judges, it always sees the solution. As Joseph Murphy said, the infinite intelligence in me sees only the solution, and that's why my victory is assured. I forgot how the entire quote went, but I will definitely include this into the description because it's so good. So you go back in time, no matter how much back it is, and you mine for gold. You mine for these moments where you felt alive, and you are writing everything down so that it doesn't escape, and so that your mind doesn't eat it. And also, as you are doing this, again, keeping this non-judgmental, this very gracious and compassionate and curious attitude about yourself, you are also, as you are removed right now from these experiences, you are also trying, yes, to open yourself to any insights regarding where you have gone against yourself, what you have done that accumulated, yes, snowballed into this moment where you are lost. And again, you take notes as to what you see, and maybe you can even screen yourself. Yes, compare what you are doing right now with what you have noticed that you have done. What was the, let's say, tipping point that led you to this being lost right now? And you see if this is, let's say, the maybe habit, maybe a practice, maybe an emotion, a way of thinking about yourself. Do you want to still to continue this, or maybe does it feel better that you change this? For example, when I did this exercise for an issue that I had, I realized that I picked up somehow a belief, yes, a way of thinking about myself, that only when I work from day until night, I will be deserving of receiving the good stuff. Yes, it's maybe not something that I have designed for myself, yes, but somehow I allowed this very ambitious and high achieving part of me to go unchecked and design the rules of living for me. And I observed this with passion, with grace, without judgment, and decided, you know what, I don't want to experience myself like this anymore. I would like to invite more conscious rest, and I decide that I can receive the good stuff in life, all of the abundance, all of the health, all of the opportunities, without working from day until night. There are moments in life where sometimes we are, let's say, forced to really work really intensely, and I have this too, yes, when inspiration strikes and I'm just like buzzing with creativity and energy and just jumping from morning until night doing something creative, yes. Let's say doing a course or preparing a masterclass or a book or something new for my clients. Like, it brings me joy and it energizes me. But when the mind gets in the way and says, okay, here is a pattern. I noticed that my mind would be saying, I noticed that you have been doing all of this hard work. How about we secure and control the good results for the future and have you working very hard from this point on forward? Do you see what the mind is doing here? From something that was very pure and inspired and just energizing and bringing awesome stuff for myself and for my clients, the mind took this and suddenly started to put this in the box, package it, make it a rule, and have me perpetuate this experience. This is not what's it about. And this is exactly what you are looking for in your exercise. You're looking where your mind has started to convince you of the illusion of separation, of the illusion of, yeah, I should be doing something because I saw someone else do this, because I heard something from someone and accepted this as the limiting truth about myself. You're looking for this conditioning. You're looking for where you have lost the connection with the pure underground river of inspiration and higher guidance. And I guarantee you will find your mind gold in the shadows of your past. So I hope these two methods, coming from bushcrafting and being lost in the woods and animal tracking, will help you now in your moment when you are lost, because you are never lost. You are just not seeing the signs. Remember that you can work with me. You can book your one-on-one session where we will do deep coaching and energy work, and also you can join the 29-day glow up where we go really intensely on the conditioning you and bringing you back to this connection with the pure underground river of inspiration and higher guidance. Because when you are connected to this place inside, when you really know that you are the operant power, you are the only power in your life, and nothing, whatever anyone tells you out there, matters. What matters is here and the strong connection that you have with here. This is when seemingly impossible becomes possible. So I'm looking forward to supporting you. Thank you for joining here. Thank you for your energy. Let me know how this resonated. What is your takeaway? Feel free to share your insights and your aha moments, because this is where others are learning thanks to you as well. What you have, your takeaway from this video, is a golden nugget of wisdom for someone else, and you are actively helping and teaching others as well. So have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world, and until next time, bye bye.